Welcome back to the channel USA Coins 69. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny with a mint mark. This seemingly ordinary penny from the mid-20th century actually carries a powerful story and could be worth far more than you think. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this little copper coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Let's rewind to 1945. The world was in the final throes of World War II, and the United States was emerging as a global superpower. Soldiers were coming home, families were rebuilding, and the economy was transitioning from wartime production back to civilian life. It was a year marked by hope, resilience, and new beginnings. And right in the palm of millions of Americans was a coin that reflected this pivotal moment, the Lincoln Wheat penny. The 1945 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, which had no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, with an S. Each mint mark tells a story about where that coin began its journey into circulation. For collectors, these small letters can mean a big difference in rarity and value. This coin's obverse features the timeless image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait, first introduced in 1909, is more than just a face on a coin. It's a tribute to the nation's ideals of freedom, perseverance, and unity, especially poignant during such turbulent times as the 1940s. Flip the coin over and you'll see the classic wheat design, 2 ears of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. This design, used from 1909 through 1958, is one of the most beloved in American coinage, symbolizing both agricultural heritage and the hardworking spirit of the American people. Now, although millions of these pennies were produced, surviving specimens in excellent condition, especially with clear mint marks and original luster, are becoming increasingly rare. Many were tossed around in pockets and cash registers, subjected to decades of wear and tear, making pristine examples highly sought after. But what really makes the 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny stand out is the possibility of minting errors. Sometimes, during production, mistakes like double dies, off-center strikes, or variations in metal composition slip through the cracks. These errors create unique and rare specimens that collectors can't get enough of, and they drive the coin's value up dramatically. Professional coin graders assess condition on a scale up to 70, with the highest grades reserved for coins that look as flawless as the day they left the mint. A 1945 wheat penny with a mint mark that achieves a high grade, retains its original copper red shine, and is free of scratches or corrosion can fetch impressive sums in the marketplace. Now here's the exciting part: a rare, well-preserved 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny with a mint mark recently sold at auction for an astonishing $134,390. It's incredible to think that something so small and everyday could hold such immense value. This coin is a tiny time capsule, connecting us to a defining moment in history while also representing the thrill of collecting rare and precious pieces. So next time you stumble upon an old penny, especially one from the 1940s with a mint mark, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history worth more than you ever imagined. Today, we're zeroing in on a classic piece of American history, the 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny with a mint mark. At first glance, it might look like just another penny, but if you look a little closer, you'll see it holds a world of value and rich historical significance. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this humble coin can command an astonishing price. Let's travel back in time to 1954, a time when America was riding a wave of post-war optimism. The Korean War had recently ended, the economy was booming, and the country was embracing innovation and progress. It was a time when small everyday objects like coins quietly told stories about the nation's resilience and growth. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco coins proudly carry the letters D and S respectively, right below the date. For collectors, these small letters are like hidden clues, revealing the coin's birthplace and sometimes playing a huge role in its rarity and value. On the front, or obverse, the penny features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This image has graced the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. It's not just a picture of a president, it's a symbol of American ideals like unity, leadership, and perseverance. Turn the coin over and you'll see the wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent and United States of America. This reverse design, often called the wheat penny, was in use from 1909 all the way through 1958, serving as a reminder of America's agricultural roots and hard-working spirit. Millions of these coins were produced, making them relatively common, but that doesn't mean every 1954 wheat penny is created equal. Most circulated pennies show the wear and tear of decades spent in pockets, cash registers, and coin jars. But some were preserved in exceptional condition, kept away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. These rare, well-preserved coins can fetch impressive sums. The key to unlocking their value lies in their condition: unblemished surfaces, sharp details, original copper red color, and, of course, the presence of a clear mint mark. Coins that meet these criteria are often graded by professionals, with the highest grades attracting serious attention from collectors. Beyond condition, there are also unique variants and minting errors that make some 1954 pennies stand out even more. Slightly off-center strikes, double dies, or other anomalies make these coins one-of-a-kind treasures that collectors prize highly. And now for the moment you've been waiting for: the value. A pristine 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with a mint mark, in near-perfect condition, has been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $117,530. It's astonishing to realize that a small copper coin, once just a simple tool for everyday transactions, can be worth such a significant amount of money. This penny isn't just currency, it's a piece of history, a work of art, and a rare collector's prize all rolled into one. So next time you come across a wheat penny, especially one from 1954 with a mint mark, take a moment to appreciate its story, and check its condition. You might be holding a hidden fortune in the palm of your hand. Today, we're zooming in on a coin that you might have seen in your pocket change more times than you can count: the 1980 Lincoln penny with a mint mark. But don't be fooled by its humble appearance. This penny, part of America's enduring currency legacy, holds a story filled with history, design evolution, and, for the lucky few who own one in pristine condition, surprising value. Let's start by setting the stage for 1980, a time when the United States was navigating a new decade. The country was experiencing economic challenges, pop culture was evolving rapidly, and Ronald Reagan was about to become president. In the midst of all this change, the U.S. Mint was quietly producing coins like the Lincoln penny, a symbol of stability and tradition. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, has long been cherished for honoring one of America's most beloved presidents, Abraham Lincoln. The coin features the familiar profile of Lincoln on the obverse, a design created by Victor David Brenner that has become an iconic image recognized worldwide. On the reverse side in 1980, the Lincoln Memorial was featured, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday and replace the original wheat penny reverse. The 1980 Lincoln penny was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, where coins bear no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. These small letters hold great importance for collectors, as they reveal the coin's origin and can affect its rarity and value. Some mint marks are more sought after than others depending on how many were produced and how many survived in excellent condition. Now, most 1980 pennies you'll come across are typical circulation pieces, worn from years of handling, tucked away in jars or lost under furniture. These coins hold sentimental and historical value, but when it comes to monetary worth, condition is king. Collectors prize pennies that have avoided the usual wear and tear, preserving their original copper shine and crisp details. Those coins are few and far between, making them highly desirable. Another intriguing aspect for collectors is the presence of minting errors or unusual varieties from that year. These could include double dies, off-center strikes, or other subtle anomalies that make each error coin unique. Because such errors are accidental and rare, they often command premium prices at auctions. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC play a crucial role in determining a coin's value. They assess every aspect of the penny, from surface quality to strike sharpness, assigning a grade on a scale up to 70. Coins with top grades, especially those with original luster and no signs of damage, are the ones that collectors chase relentlessly. So, what does all this mean for the 1980 Lincoln penny with a mint mark? While most are worth only their face value or slightly more, a rare, high-grade specimen, especially one with an error, can be incredibly valuable. Here's the exciting part: if you find a 1980 Lincoln penny with a mint mark that's in exceptional condition, it could be worth as much as $64,740. Imagine that, a small, everyday penny suddenly transforming into a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars, the next time you come across a 1980 Lincoln penny with a mint mark. Take a moment to examine it closely. Look for that mint mark, check its condition, and if it looks particularly well preserved or unusual, consider having it professionally graded. It might just be worth more than you ever dreamed. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of the most iconic and overlooked coins in U.S. history, the 1967 Lincoln penny. Now you might be thinking, a 1967 penny? I've seen a bunch of those. But what if I told you that one of these little copper coins, with the right features and in the right condition, could be worth a small fortune? That's right. This unassuming coin carries a rich history, fascinating design, and in some rare cases, a jaw-dropping value. Let's rewind the clock to 1967. The United States was in the midst of enormous social change. The civil rights movement was gaining strength, the Vietnam War was escalating, and the counterculture revolution was in full swing. Amid all this national turmoil and transformation, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins for a growing and fast-moving economy, and that brings us to the 1967 Lincoln penny. Unlike most years, 1967 was a bit unusual for coin collectors because it came during a period known as the Coinage Act transition. During the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint temporarily removed mint marks from coins as part of an effort to discourage hoarding and ease coin shortages. That means if you're looking for a mint mark on a 1967 penny, like the little D for Denver or S for San Francisco, you won't find it. Every 1967 penny, regardless of where it was minted, was released without a mint mark, but don't let that stop you, because these coins still have plenty of mystery and value hidden in their copper surface. First, let's talk design. On the obverse of the coin, we have the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a tribute by sculptor Victor David Brenner. It's one of the longest-running designs in U.S. history and a symbol of freedom, resilience, and leadership. Flip the coin over, and you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the wheat stalks in 1959. If you look closely, you can even spot a tiny depiction of the seated Lincoln inside the memorial, an incredible detail for such a small coin. Now, although millions of these pennies were produced, the condition of a coin makes all the difference. Most 1967 pennies you find will be scratched, discolored, or worn down from decades of use. But once in a while, a coin escapes circulation, untouched, perfectly preserved, and gleaming with its original reddish copper luster. These are the coins collectors dream of finding. Even more exciting are rare minting errors that sometimes occurred during production. Double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets. These errors may seem small, but they can massively boost the value of a coin. And because mint marks were omitted in 1967, error varieties from that year are especially interesting to numismatists, who are always on the lookout for something unique. Professional grading is key when it comes to evaluating the worth of a 1967 Lincoln penny. Reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC assign grades to coins based on their condition and visual quality, using a 70-point scale. A coin that scores high, say MS 65 or higher, can demand a premium price, especially if it's an error coin or shows full original luster. So, what's the bottom line? What can a 1967 Lincoln penny really be worth? Well, here's the moment you've been waiting for. If you have a 1967 Lincoln penny in exceptional, uncirculated condition, especially one with a rare minting error, it could sell for as much as $75,530. That's right. A single penny. 1 cent worth over $75,000. It's the kind of treasure hiding in plain sight, overlooked by most, but absolutely cherished by those who know what to look for. So before you toss your change aside or spend that old penny, take a closer look. You never know, you could be holding a piece of American history that's worth a small fortune. Thanks for joining us today. If you love discovering the stories behind rare coins and hidden treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next penny be the one that changes everything.